Tom Vassel's top 100 games of all time.
Mike Delicio, bravissimo, sporadically bored, but never pianissimo.
CRC, voice of the people.
Yeah! Hello, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Mike Delicio.
I'm Z Garcia.
Welcome to the second half of your life. Right now, you're at your midpoint.
Okay, right now.
That's-
Sorry, 23-year-old.
I was going to say.
Whoops.
Hope there's no kids watching.
Oh,
Right.
gosh, what's wrong with you? You're a monster.
We're in the top half of the list. Can you
That's
believe it?
correct.
I can.
It's amazing.
I feel it in my
A
bones.
little bit, but we're on the downhill. Everything's easy from here on out. Because you actually like these games.
I actually, yeah, these are mostly good.
Most of these I'll still play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not just collecting these games. If you ask to play these off my shelf, I'll be like, yeah, all right.
But you also play their copy.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
correct.
they're not
No.
touching mine.
No, they're in
Okay?
shrink.
Your
No,
copy's
they're heirlooms.
I put couch covers on my games.
That's correct.
I love that. Oh, plastic, zipped up plastic.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've made large toilet paper roll covers for all of mine.
Well, we
right?
do
Yeah.
know somebody who
Jason
leaves
Levine.
the shrink wrap. No, it's not Jason Levine. Who leaves the shrink wrap on their games.
Cuts,
just cuts it
the
thinly.
bottom and keeps the sort of, yeah.
Yeah, she also carries them around in a wagon. Anyhow,
She does that?
yes,
Wow.
I get in her case all the time. I'm like, you should
That's-
open your games. She does, but she just cuts the shrink wrap real
I don't
thin.
think I've ever noticed. Anyway,
All right, so
that's great.
we want to do a couple shout outs to some of our Kickstarter backers from last year. We want to say thanks to Ben, Lindsay, and Camden Grossman, to Patrick Shower, to,
Wait. Grossman and Shower are going to back to back?
yes, they did, Nicholas Blackbird, Alex Ciros, hey Siri, Steve and Jenny from Riverside, California.
They're friends of mine. They really are.
Oh, name dropping.
Yeah, calm
Ricky
down.
Stribel.
Okay, where are you at? Where are you? Okay, fine.
Lotta Paleturtit, a Finnish board gaming group.
Yeah.
Yeah, we play stuff from them.
Mason Jamal,
Oh, I know Jamal. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah, yeah.
I went to high school
Marco
with him.
Van Donderin, Playman Dimitro from Bulgaria, my favorite country, and Christian Big Rolls Murphy.
Big rolls.
Too sweet.
Reiner Knizia. He's a friend of mine. Thanks for supporting us, Doctor.
I love it. Grossman and Stinky.
Check out the Dice Tower Kickstarter right now.
Yes.
DiceTowerKickstarter.com. We've had it's good. We are at 75% of what we are looking for. So,
Okay. And look, I didn't want to say it last night, but I made a prediction and you said you weren't sure. Should I say it now? Because I want to kind of goad people into,
mathematically, it shouldn't work out.
okay.
But go ahead and make your prediction.
My prediction was that we would meet our funding goal before we went on the cruise. And we're going on the cruise Sunday. That was my prediction. Tom?
I think it's going to happen while we're live during our top 100 games of all time, not right now.
Okay. Tom slapped me with the back of his hand across the face
I've
when I
seen
said
it happen before. I've
did.
seen it happen
He
before.
did.
I tried picking up
It's
the
like
phone.
the Batman Robin meme.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Did
Look.
Batman really hit Robin like that?
Well, back in the day, you could do that.
You're allowed to. But,
Sidekicks were allowed to be hit back
yeah,
then.
that's right.
Okay.
I
You
think
should. I mean, Barney.
I-
That dude.
he might have
Poor
been
Barney.
under. He might have been under.
Age.
No, under like mind control or something. I don't know. I never read the comic.
Sedation?
Barney, Fred would never touch Barney because Bam Bam.
That's true. Bam Bam would take his revenge.
Wait, I thought you meant Barney the dinosaur.
No. Barney isn't a sidekick. Barney has sidekicks.
Barney Rubble.
Barney Rubble, my
Trouble?
man.
Rick Moranis.
Yeah. Oh, don't bring that up. That movie could have been so much better.
No, it could have been, but I still think the casting was good.
Casting was fantastic. The movie
Those two
wasn't
were
written very well.
Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble.
Yes.
Yeah, then everything else was terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Star Wars?
Yes.
Flintstones. Where are the Flintstones?
Oh,
A modern Stone Age family from the town of Bedrock.
Right out of
history.
Okay, so
Bam Bam. That's
That's
the
enough.
baby,
Yes.
I think.
He's a kid.
Bam Bam is
Toddler.
Derek baby, and the other baby was
Pebbles.
Pebbles. And Bam Bam just
And
beat
that's where
people up all the time.
Fruity Pebbles came from.
Oh. Okay.
It's true. I'm not kidding. Yeah.
Can we go?
I
Let's get
guess.
started today with number 50.
Oh, she's right. I'm wrong. That is how you play that. Okay. Oh, hi. You caught me doing a little light reading. I'm Scott Morris, your friendly neighborhood chief sales and marketing officer from Lucky Duck Games. You may have heard my voice before on the Dice Tower Now podcast, and now you unfortunately know why I say I have a face made for radio. But enough about me. Let's talk about this top, whatever list we're doing here today. They're usually wrong anyway. Without further ado, here's number 50. Happy holidays.
Man, I wish my 50 was a Lucky Duck game.
Right? And then you
then-
can be like, you know what, never mind. I suddenly don't like it.
Yeah. I'd be
And
like,
stick it to Scott.
Scott Morris, you got burned. But I can't because it's not a Lucky Duck game.
He won't get burned if he wears a hat.
I don't get it.
I don't get it, but that's
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Yeah. Barney Rubble.
the hat.
You're funny, Tom, with your nonsense and your old
You'll explain it to us when
mannerisms.
we're off camera. Okay, my number 50 is new to the list, but it is not a new game, and it is very clear to me why this game is now so high in my top 100. It's because I played it a lot this year for a specific purpose, and it reminded me how much I enjoyed Mythic Mischief. This is such a cool, abstract game with a theme, right? I think this is a game that will appeal to people that like tactical strategy games. It looks beautiful because IV Studios always does a great production, and they do a very nice job of injecting thematic elements through giving these particular factions, because there's different factions in the game, powers that are at least thematically somewhat, in line. The ghosts can kind of go through things, for
The
example.
ghostly. Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. But for a game that looks like this is a super thinky, head down, puzzle out what to do game. And so some people don't like that. They look at a game like this and they want it to be, very, very light and just playful and all that.
My mistake.
It's not that. This is a really, really solid puzzle game where you've got in the center there what's called a tome keeper, and you're kind of in this library. Think of Hogwarts, right? And you're different students, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the other team caught by the tome keeper, who moves in a pre-programmed way that everyone knows where the tome keeper is going to go. And so you can set up these really clever turns where you can capture 1, 2, or even all 3 of your opponents
Yeah, we can.
on one turn.
Tom and I are beasts at this.
So we did some early plays.
A lot of bragging will occur.
It's not, we did some early plays of the new factions they're going to come out with, and again, it just reignited my love for this game. And so it's 50 on my list now, and man, it could go higher because I love the old factions, I love the new factions. I just feel like this game clicked.
Are you good at it?
I'm fair at it. I've been beaten soundly by people who are good at it, but I would beat probably somebody that was new to the game unless they're really good at these types of chess, type of thinking 3 moves ahead. That's the type of person that usually is much better than this than me, because I'm not that type of a person. So.
Okay.
That's my number 50.
My number 50 is a Bruno Catala game,
Oh.
who I believe is co-designing in this case with Teo Riviere. Two excellent designers. This is a 2-player only game called Naga Raja. And Naga Raja here is a tile game It's also a card game. Also, there's dice in it. It's got it all, folks. You're exploring a temple. You put out a tile upon which the players will bid. You bid with cards. Those cards have a number of dice at the top. Funky dice, little sticks. You then roll those little sticks. The longer ones, like the brown ones there, are going to have more chances for gold pips, gold, coins or whatever. Whoever has the most gold coins wins that tile. Places it on their little display, their 3x3 grid there. And you make paths and find treasures. But the shorter sticks, the little green ones, have more chances for these little Nagaraja, they're called, a little squiggly line. And you can spend that to play a card for its action instead of for its dice. That's it. It's that push and pull between, do I play this great card for the dice it's going to give me and just go for brute influence, or do I keep the card and play it for the ability, which is going to pick on you, steal something, rotate one of your tiles to mess you up, eliminate your dice, whatever. Really like it. Nice confrontational head-to-head game. Looks great. Plays quickly. Has one of those kind of like Seven Wonders do, a few ways to win.
Yeah, I like that.
I
haven't played this, though.
This is really good. I definitely would recommend it. Mike, I think you would like this one.
Yeah, well, I love the designers. So,
So this is really good stuff. I think it kind of went nowhere. This one didn't make much of a splash. But I like it a lot. It's a keeper. My number 50.
All right. My number 50 has been on my list for 7 years. It was 30 last year. Moved around a bit, I guess. This is a Ryan Lockett game.
Fire.
This is Near and Far.
Yeah.
Just played it for not first time in a bit. We played it this year. I think we did it as a catch-a-palooza to teach some people. Still really like the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the story. I still think it's the best of the series.
I agree.
The Above and Below, the
Now or Never.
Now or Never.
What else is in there?
Near Far.
It's Above and Below, Now or Never. I'm sorry, Near and Far, Now or Never. That's it,
I
right?
think that's it, right?
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking another game had just come out, but that can't be right. The new Sleeping Gods came out, but that's
Yes.
a different thing.
This and that.
This and that. Maybe, who knows. Anyway, I really enjoyed this game. I think there's a lot of good actions and things in it. I will say that we played without the expansion, and I'm okay with that. I think it's just really good as a base game.
It is,
The
yeah.
expansion's fine, I'll play with it, but just the base game, I enjoy the Near and Far a lot, so that's
Yeah.
my number 50.
Good. one.
Y'all number 50 was 56 last year, and 120 the year before that.
Moving on up.
This one was so hot last year. Last year, in 2022.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be as hot at game conventions, but I still see people playing it, even though it came out with the most lackluster expansion on Earth this year, or in 2023, that no one cared about, and that's Beyond the Sun.
Oh, yes,
okay.
that's true.
Huge swing and a miss on that
Yeah.
expansion.
Really?
We're going to add a few, that game was all about technology cards,
Yeah,
right? They
yes.
added 8 maybe.
Wow.
And then they added 2 new player boards, and the player boards are not that different anyway.
Yeah.
Then they added some asymmetrical player powers that are very minor, and then a huge solitaire type thing. And that's the whole expansion.
It was one of those. Okay. Like
Gosh,
the first
they-
expansion to Race for the Galaxy.
You're right. This game has cooled off.
Well, but it hasn't cooled off in people's hearts, though.
Okay.
It's gone up to
Yeah,
50.
50, yeah.
But you're right. I had 2 copies in the library,
Right.
and people want to play it. But it still gets played, and I still really like it, too. But it's the people's number 50.
All right.
So we didn't have somebody for number 49, so I am here behind the scenes. There's the guys right there, and I'm going to say 49 for everybody, and then press this button.
That was amazing.
That was live!
That's how the sausage is made, folks.
I was trying to figure out why
I
the
already
audio was
made the
coming from over there.
donuts.
Well, stop eating them then.
I already ate the donuts.
I want donuts.
You
I
want
want
donuts now?
right now. Yesterday I wanted cookies. Now I want donuts.
Key lime empanada.
apologize.
If you want to make those happen, Tom, I will absolutely have
I'm
several
getting-
key lime empanadas.
Several!
Several key lime
I agree
empanadas.
with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard chicken and waffles? But with empanadas. Key lime empanadas.
Should we do that Friday?
Yes. Today's Friday, right?
Today is Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah. That'd
Someone's
be
got to go pick them up. I don't think they're on the DoorDash menu.
Oh, all right. My number 49 is up 40 big places. This one has jumped up, and it's not a new game. As a matter of fact, it is a crossover with Z Garcia in a slightly different form. My number 49 is the one that I've played more, Let's Make a Bus Route.
Oh, I thought you were going to say horrified.
No, Let's Make a
Okay.
Bus Route. And Z put up the version called Get On Board. It's essentially the same game.
That's not obscure or hard to get.
No, Tom, it's just that this is the one that I own. I do actually own the new Get On Board because it's different maps.
Then why did you put that one on?
Because this is the one I've played the most, and this is the one I still enjoy, right? I like them all, but I like...
I'm smelling hipsterism all over the place.
No. First of all, I love the Sashi aesthetic, so yes, that is
Yeah,
a
it's
part
beautiful.
of it. But I also
That
do...
sounded snarky. It is beautiful.
It is beautiful, yeah. I unlike Z, I mean, it's a very small difference, but I do like the drawing on the central board more than laying out the sticks. That's just me. So Z brought it up. It's a great pickup and delivery game, lightning fast, 12 rounds. You flip over one card. Everyone's going to draw a path depending upon how their board is set up. So, you know, a particular card for me will give me a different path than it does for Z, but very, very slight differences. Just a smooth game, one that I love teaching people. It just, and as odd as it sounds, one of the more thematic flip and right, roll and right games there are, because they're usually not thematic at all.
Right.
This one makes sense when you teach it. It's like, oh yeah, the tourists want to go to these tourist spots.
Sure.
The students want to go to the university, that kind of a thing. The old people just want to get on the bus. Right? There you go. My number 49, Let's Make a Bus Route.
When's the last time you've ridden a bus? Not an airport shuttle.
Yeah, no. It's been many, many years. I used to take the bus many places in California, but
It's been a while for me, too.
Indiana, I don't think I ever rode a bus in Indiana, so it's been decades.
Yeah. All right, my 49 was 82 last year.
What do we got going on here?
Oh. My 49 is straight glitching, freaking out.
Kind of cool.
It was.
My 49, I wish now was a techie game. It's
Max Headroom, the board game.
I know, it's anything but. This was 82 last year, so it's
Whoa!
it's rocketing up, and that's because it's so fresh and new and hip. Even though it was nominated for a Spiel des Jahres about 12 years ago. This is Keltis. Keltis
Whoa!
from Herr Heinrich Nietzsche.
Very excited about
I
this.
did not know you liked this that much. It's a
I
great
love
game.
Keltis. Yeah, Keltis is basically like Lost Cities in a board game format. In fact, when they printed this in the U.S., it was called Lost Cities, the board game. I like this one. It's the one I have. I think Lost Cities, the board game, looks really garish. And this one has the Celtic thing. It looks cool. Very simple game. You collect cards and you draw, play, or play, draw, I guess. And much like Lost Cities, you're trying to have kind of a long run of cards. For every card you play to the same color, you move your little stone up the track and get victory points. Scoring in this is so much simpler than Lost Cities.
It is, yeah.
That just that right there blows it away. Plus, this is more than 2 players. And it's a little more forgiving because to start a color, you can go low to high, like Lost Cities, or high to low.
Right.
So if you really are, like if you begin your game of Lost Cities with the 8, the 9, and the 10 and something, that sucks.
Yeah.
You know, you're like,
Right.
okay.
Really? I just love that part of Lost Cities.
No, that's great, but it's like punishing.
You're right.
You're now
this is
suddenly
less
playing with a
punishing.
4-card hand for a while.
No, I get it. I just think that's why I like that so much better than this.
Yeah, I like that. You know, if I want that tension, this one takes the foot off the gas a little bit when it comes to that tension. It makes my top sort of relaxing games or like easy to play games. This is going to be on that list every time. I want to play something. I don't know. I don't want to learn too many rules or refresh too many rules. I don't want to have to teach a whole bunch of stuff. Let's play Keltis. It's so straightforward, just enough in there to make it engaging and interesting, but quick, easy to play.
Did this not win? Isn't this his win of the Spiel, or no?
I think it might have won, yeah.
I think this might be the only one that
This
won.
was the year they gave it to him because
Right.
they were feeling bad they hadn't given him one yet.
Yes, because he got robbed many years.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I don't know if he got robbed.
He got physically robbed. They had already given him the trophy, and they took it away from him.
Yeah, no, and also he got his wallet taken away. Anyway, Keltis, my number 49.
Well, let's stick with the good doctor. For my number 49, I know.
Oh, Mike, be still his heart.
This is the first time this one's been on my top 100 since 2010. It was 92 then. No, it was 61 in 2015. Anyway.
You've had a lot of Knizia games. You just had Through the Desert on here.
I Through the
Is
Desert.
it the Mike DeLisio effect, you think?
No, it's the... no, because he's left.
That's what I meant. He's finally gone.
I'm going to cry.
It's like the Doppler.
No,
Delicio's
it's
like Khadizia.
Yeah, I'm like, I've left subliminal messages before I left.
That's what it is.
But this also got another new upgrade. This is the third printing of this, and it's the best one by a mile. And that is Amun-Re.
Ooh, I finally got a copy of this edition, and I've played it now.
Is it good?
Oh my gosh, it's great. I think it's the second heaviest game he's done. I think only Tigris and Euphrates is heavier than this.
I don't think Tigris and Euphrates is heavier than this.
It is.
It is. Yeah, it is.
I disagree.
Wow. Yellow Yangtze.
The same game. But yeah, no, I was...
Yeah, this is... Actually, though, I think this wore him out so much
you may be
that
right.
when he made this, he stopped making big games for like a decade.
It's been a
Yeah,
while.
he
Yeah,
did.
it's been a
He's
while.
He's starting to make some more now, but
Yeah.
man, I do love this game.
It's really
I
good.
love the bidding. I love the controlling. It has a weird economy with cards. It's a fantastic game, and the new version is gorgeous. Great pieces.
Yeah.
I used to have a Frankenstein version that was half Tasty Minstrel's version and half the original version. I think.
Rio Grande.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Rio though. It might have been whatever company made it in Europe.
Okay. It was
And there
Rio
are
Grande.
certain elements of Amun-Re that doesn't feel like Knizia either, which is very weird to me. I'm like, oh, wow, I don't know if I've ever seen him do this type of thing before. So, yeah.
Well, I like it.
Oh, I
Amun-Re.
do too.
Your number 49, folks, has been on the list for only 2 years. It was 23 last year, so it's dropping a bit. Before that, it was 128 and 222. So it's been coming down, and I guess it's settling into where it is. The only game I think of on the People's Choice list with this theme of the Jane Austen era, and that's Obsession.
You like this game that much?
People's
Choice. I'm like, gosh, I've never even heard Tom talk about Obsession.
Okay,
this
no,
makes sense.
I actually like the game. There's
Yeah.
a few weird. I don't like
Sure.
the smallest cards in the history of humanity, and I
Yeah.
wish there was more art in the game.
Right. Well, there's a number of new cards
That's
that
true.
are coming out
the
soon.
picture of Mike for this game is
It's
amazing.
about
They're out.
18%.
Oh, they're out? The Viscount Delisio, yeah.
Yeah, they were the ones sent out
Yeah.
for this past.
Oh, sweet.
Kickstarter.
It's about 18% more dapper now that Mike DeLisio's face is in it.
But people really like this one. But this one has been a slow burn.
It has.
When it came out,
It really has.
it was not getting a huge amount of love, but it's slowly growing, and people really, really like this one.
This is a kind of a one-man show. Dan, I think Kayenta Games is maybe what the publishing name is. And I think that he has built up such a community of loyal fans that they've kind of gone along with him. They've done a lot of their own marketing with their friends. When we were at Essen last year, this booth was slammed.
Yep.
It had a line going down the hallway every day. This game is, like you said, I think it's getting more and more popular.
Oh,
So-
I'm curious what will
It's
end
been
up.
a slow burn
Yes.
for a lot of years. though.
Yep. Yep.
Well, there you go. Your number 49, Obsession.
Well, Tommy, here in New York City, beautiful, beautiful New York City, thought I'd give you the next greatest number. Thanks for this number. It's not my favorite number. It's not my second favorite number, but it's my 48th favorite number. So here's the 48th greatest game of all time.
All right, that's his 48th favorite number. Do you think,
I think there's some sort of pattern we can maybe deduce.
like, his favorite number is 1? Like, how many eggs would you have? My favorite number, 1.
I guess so.
It looks like he somehow found a still working Game Boy camera too. That's amazing.
My word.
I've
Pretty
never
good.
seen anything.
His arm wasn't up, but he was also wearing a power glove.
That's John from the World Series of Board Gaming.
Yes.
All right, what's your 48, Mike?
My 48 is down only 2 spots. It's very consistent. It is a party game. It is a splendid party game. It's a crossover.
Splendor.
No. It's a crossover with, I think, at least the people, maybe with one or both of you. I don't know. Obsession, Murder in Hong Kong, man. I still love this game.
Deception, not obsession.
Obsession, Murder in Hong Kong.
That is a great crossover.
That
though.
would be great.
Obsession, murder in the manor. or something.
Murder in...
Can you imagine that crossover? That's
Murder in
good.
the Abbey, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
We should make that happen. But yeah, this has been talked about before, but this does so many things right for a party game. As you said, if you're somebody that doesn't like to talk a lot, you don't have to necessarily. What people are being accused of and why is so clear and obvious, right? It's quick, it's easy to teach. It's fun playing as the forensic scientist, the one who's giving the clues. It's fun being the detectives and talking, and it just does so many things right. Deception, Murder in Hong Kong is a great game, although it would be better if it were Obsession, Murder in the Abbey.
I agree. There needs to be a sequel to this. Toot sweet. Okay. My
Sweet.
number 48 is a Euro game with a bunch of dice that is kind of done. I never see it being played anywhere.
Okay.
It is from a publisher I very much enjoy. It was my 33 last year, 48 this year. That's just probably a little motion there. This is Santa Maria.
You do like this game.
I like this game a lot. I like this publisher a lot. Porta Games makes a lot of good stuff. But if you, again, this is a game that I'm not sure why a lot of Euro games of this relative weight get a lot of attention, get a lot of fervor, I'm going to say. And this one just didn't. I can blame that on the first expansion. The first expansion was more than it needed to be, is the best way I can put it. Like, it was a bigger twist than it needed to be.
It's the cover.
It's the cover and the look. I'm sorry, that's what it is.
I don't understand why this and Automania from the same artist and publisher, why they are disliked so much.
It doesn't look professional, I think.
And it's also incongruous.
You think so?
Yeah.
I know it looks a little bit like an app, maybe. It has that sort of app shininess to it.
Yeah. It's too cartoony. Those little happy faces are terrible. I'm sorry.
They're weird. They're weird, yeah.
The game is rock solid.
The game is excellent.
Yeah.
Again, this is a perfect, I'll try it at the Dice Tower Library game. Wink! So if you find yourself at one of our events, give it a go. Is this in our library, Tom?
Yes, I think probably.
Good man.
If not, then you're going to have to make some on your list.
Yeah, this is really good. You roll some dice, put them in the middle, draft them. You have some that are personal dice and some you'll draft. And when you put them out, you place it in the row or a column and activate everything in it. So it has that beautiful progression of early in the game, you put a die out and activate a couple things. And late in the game, it's like, bam, boom, 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 boom. Trigger all this great stuff. Get resources, move up on tracks, all the usual suspects. Really like this stuff. Santa Maria, my number 48.
All right, my number 48 has been on my list for 7 years, and it is one of my go-to games. If you say, I don't play many games, I'm like, let's play this one. And this is Century Spice Road.
Okay.
Now, I mean, it could be Century Golem Edition, the Century games, but the first one is still the cleanest of the 3 games in this series.
Yeah.
It is the cleanest.
I like the third one a lot, and like 95% as much as the first one. But the first one, just a straight game of playing cards and changing cubes and other cubes. It's everything people make fun of about board games. I'll change a yellow into 2 red. I'll change a 2 red. But there's this sense of progression to the point where we just played a game. I forget the name of the game. Just a few weeks ago that tried to take Century Spice Road idea and make it more complex and stuff.
Yeah.
And we're like, you miss the simplicity of this. Emerson is just amazing at just making games so smooth and quick.
Mercurial or something?
Yeah, Mercurial.
Yeah, no, he gets right to the core of what he's trying to do. He doesn't, not a lot of stuff in the way.
And I just really like this simplicity. There's several games here today that we're talking about that, and this one's very enjoyable for me. I guess if I had to pick one, I'd pick the Golem just because I think it's prettier, maybe. But I really upgraded the
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have those Wonders of the World
Yeah, you
holders
got
for
a
the
pretty
cube.
blingy,
Those things
yeah.
are amazing. I don't know which one I like better. So we'll just say Century Spice Road. People's Choice number 48 was
This
40.
is the people, Mike.
Okay, people.
It was 46 last year. Yes, because I would not put this on my list. You both like it, or Z loves it. The people have had this on their list now for 7 years, and it hasn't moved barely at all.
Good.
And it is a living card game.
Good.
Arkham Horror, the card game.
You like this, Tom?
Tom, I didn't think you ever talked about this game.
This is great stuff. I, for one, welcome our tentacled overlords. Very good.
Yeah, I haven't played this very much.
Have you played a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, with you
I'm thinking
guys.
Chris likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
Are you still playing it consistently?
No, I haven't played in a while. I do like a little one-off every now and then.
Are they still releasing packs and stuff for it? Mm-hmm. Huh. I don't hear as much about the packs being released.
Yeah, they went to a bigger format release, so you won't hear as many drops in the bucket. It's sort of like one big spill every 6 months.
Oh, that's probably better.
It's better. Yeah, Chris, I played with Camilla and Chris, and we went through a campaign of it, and then he really enjoyed it, and I believe went and got his own copy, too. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
well, there you go.
It's good
Arkham Horror,
stuff.
the card game, your number 48.
Number 47!
That is beautiful right
That was
there.
It
beautiful.
was funny. I was like, that's so peaceful that she...
I was like, okay,
I'm not like how noisy it must be to
right, yeah.
shout like that. I
Godzilla
love
coming out of
that.
the water. Yoko is also like one of the loveliest people on the planet.
She
so.
is, and one of the funniest.
Yes, indeed. All right, my number 47 is down 17 spots, but like Z said, that's really neither here nor there. It is also a crossover with Z. I don't think it's on your list, or has been yet, I don't know. It is Vagrant Song. And I am super excited because the biggest negative to Vagrant Song is going to be rectified in the expansion where
It was
you can
my 101.
yeah,
Really?
right, yeah.
think I said that.
Where you can play it as one-offs, right? So Vagrant Song, Z talked a lot about it. The one thing I'll add that you didn't bring up that I love so much is that bag pulling system and the fact that those chips can be. They could represent so many different things based upon how they set that scenario up.
yeah.
It's just great, you know, because the chips are going to affect both the Haint and the players, and what they do, it's just a clean system, right? It's like, okay, you're going to have these chips, but they can mean 50 different things.
Which is the way to do it,
It's
right?
the way to do it.
Symbology, that's
right.
the way to go.
It's just really smart, and I know I'm going to play this game more because of the one-offs.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's a
agree.
commitment. It's a commitment to play through
back
that
to the
scenario.
table it comes. I'm excited.
Yes.
100%.
You gonna
47.
play your character?
Oh, you better believe it. I'm going to play with all of us.
You gonna play with me?
Yeah. You play with all of us.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Okay.
well, that was a...
I was following his easily, Tom. I didn't do it. He
Ras
started it.
137's number 47 is Planet Unknown Wives Calico.
Yeah, I've been laughing at it. He always puts his wife's thing there, but it makes a funny sentence like every other
Does
time.
every time. My number 47 is a crossover with Mike DeLisio.
I'm glad I'm here
It is
today.
a brand new game to
What?
the list. And I think it's a tricky one. You almost feel like you have to justify liking this one, Mike, like just in general.
Yeah.
You did a commendable job, but again, it's a hard one to not sound like you're defending yourself
Yeah.
or liking something that's kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Thunder Road Vendetta is
I don't
goofy.
think justification
It's
for that.
goofy.
It's a great
Okay,
game.
so let me try to justify my own position on this. Shut up, you bunch of nerds! Go watch Star Trek, and then come at me for liking Thunder Road Vendetta.
Yes, baby.
My number 47.
Class.
Just put that on the back of the box. Go watch Star Trek, nerds. Z Garcia.
All right. My number 47 is a crossover with Michael DeLisio.
That's right.
About time.
But way higher. I like it way more than he likes it.
Okay.
This is the 5th time it's been on my list. I instantly loved this game the first time I played it, and I played it many times. The tug-of-war game, Blitzkrieg.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Paolo.
I'll tell you what,
Mori.
we live in a plethora. And I'm sorry, we don't live in a plethora. We live in a...
Sometimes. I bathe in a plethora.
I wash with a plethora, you're right. I use plethora as deodorant. Anyhow, we live in an age that has a plethora of good, amazing two-player games.
Yeah.
Which is
This
why I
true.
don't get so wrung out when a big Euro game is not as good with two. That don't bother me, because we got games like this.
Yes.
And I love this. Again, it looks very spreadsheetish, doesn't look great, but just the idea of putting a chip out, which moves the piece on the path and gives you a special power.
Right.
And I love that. And I love getting more chips in your bag. And there's just a tiny bit of randomness to that.
Right.
Right.
It's great. I
really
really
is
enjoy
good.
this. And I especially like the little expansion I have with Godzilla.
Which I've never played.
It's really funny. And Godzilla's there. And it's not even that, it's a very minor thing.
Yeah.
But it also plays, the board plays differently because you're moving, the battles move from one spot to the other. Yeah, so a lot of fun. My number 47, Blitzkrieg.
Nice.
People's Choice 57 has been on the
47.
list. 47
47
has been on the list for 7 years. And last year it was 54, so it moved up a bit. I don't know why. And that is Champions of Midgard.
Interesting.
I did not think it was this high for the people. Okay.
This one is not cooling off. I
Yeah.
definitely would be like, this game's going to cool off.
Right. I didn't think it would have the staying power.
I see it getting played a lot at cons. People
they-
pull it out and play it.
Have they ever released this with the expansions in it?
They did a
Yes.
big box.
There's a big
might
box
be it.
version.
Yeah.
Might be it.
Yeah, that was
A long time ago.
That was a few years ago, at least.
21 at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe 20. Maybe it was before that. Yeah. I'm still waiting for the third in the trilogy of this. They made the
Reavers.
Weavers.
Champions.
The Reavers of Midgard. But basically,
not
it basically-
I want the Weavers of Midgard.
that's what the Reavers was, basically. It was
It
about
really
just
was.
collecting sets.
Yeah.
But they told me there was an Ameritrash, like even more so than this one coming. I haven't heard of it.
Okay.
Plethoras of Midgard.
They're too busy last lighting these days.
Say, might be my fault. I'm sorry.
Last Light of Midgard.
I apologize.
A crossover coming to you. That's not real. Don't get
Weavers
excited.
of Light.
You heard it here first, folks.
Anyway, you're number 47, Champions of Midgard.
Hey, I'm Ryan Lockett, and this is number 46.
That's
Look-
sickening.
look at this.
That is
So,
That bothers
sickening.
me.
This guy
That bothers me very much.
designs brilliant board games.
Yes.
Illustrates brilliant board
Yes.
games. Writes brilliant board game stories.
Yes. Is a musician, an accomplished musician.
An accomplished musician.
And now
And he juggles!
And he juggles. You know what? I, for one, I'm glad the name was misspelled.
Okay, I'm sorry. It was
Okay.
my fault.
It should have been A-T at the end.
Yes.
And Tom's like, he can't be from this planet. He's too good. E.T.
E.T. That's right. Phone home, Ryan.
I thank you very much, sir,
Actually, that's
for
some pretty
doing
good
that.
juggling, too.
So it was very good
It's
juggling.
ridiculous. He's so good at everything.
At Gen Con, a one-man show. by
You
Ryan
know,
Lockett.
do you know honestly though what he's best at?
Being
He's
nice?
best at designing my game 46, which is Sleeping Gods.
Finally, it happened!
Yes! Yes. Yeah. Look, this is a stunning accomplishment if it was done by a team of 20 people, right? It would still be, oh my gosh, how did they do this much content?
Right.
The fact that it's done by Ryan and a small group of people, I know his family helped him with a lot of things.
He's got a couple of writers
Yes.
who helped him.
Yeah, I don't think
His wife.
Wife helps
Right.
quite a bit, but you're.
But this is essentially
it's small.
It's a
small
very
team.
small cottage industry that puts out brilliant products, right? And this is, when it came out, I felt like, okay, this is the closest thing we've got to Zelda in this medium, you know?
Sort of,
and
yeah.
I still kind of hold to that because you can go in any direction, you can follow any path you want. It's not on rails in any sense of the word,
Right.
right? You have a generalized goal that you're trying to do, much like in Zelda, you know? And it's still brilliant. It's still brilliant. I have played through multiple campaigns of this, and it's a big campaign.
Yeah.
There's no other campaign game I've done that with, and I think that speaks volumes to the strength and the thing is, I could still play through probably another 4 or 5.
Oh, easy,
and not see
a whole
anything.
lot.
I'm telling you, I played through another campaign, Sleeping Gods. I don't think I saw almost any crossover.
Exactly right.
It's insane.
And
so big.
And I just got recently Distant Skies. I've just kind of looked into it a little bit, but I haven't started playing that yet. And it's going to be brilliant. I know it is.
Right.
So my number 46, Sleeping Gods, a very cool little thing there with Ryan introducing this number.
It did happen.
It did
happen. All right. My number 46 is it wasn't on my list last year anyway, and it's one that's I think always kind of hovered around my top 100, maybe 150, right? It's in there somewhere. It's one that I don't get to the table a lot, and I believe both of you like it more than I do, but it is a tremendous game, and when I do finally get it to the table, I like every part of it, especially knowing what I'm getting
I'll
into
tell
when
you if
I
I
play
like it more than you do. We'll see. Here we go.
This is Scythe from Stone Meyer Games.
No, Scythe was already on my list.
It was?
So you like it more than me.
Wow.
You like it more? Oh.
I mean, I basically hate it.
It was higher than 46 for you?
I thought I had Scythe on my list already. Yeah. It was like in the 70s or 80s.
Spoil it for yourself.
That would be funny, but
Anyway.
87.
87?
You like it almost twice as much as me.
Yeah, I rated it like a 9, and you rated a 4.5.
Yeah, that's how my
4.5 out of 10.
We're 1/5 of the way to getting me to Iceland.
Oh, wow.
A little over 1/5 of the way.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
When we
at
get
like
$1 million American dollars,
It said
we're
we're
going
at
to take Mike to
It said we're
Iceland.
at like 218,000.
Yeah.
I'm probably wrong in my math, aren't
Yes. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. We've been at 1/5 since yesterday. But anyway,
I? But I'm right.
You are correct in the math.
in the math. Thank
let's
you.
go back to you.
Scythe is a rocking math game. It's going to teach you
Yes.
how to add. It's going
also
to teach you
set
what
in Iceland.
1/5 means. It is set in this really cool alternate history Eurasia kind of setting with mechs and farmers. It has the main thing we talked about the other day when it came up earlier was it has that threat of combat.
Right.
It's a pressure point among many pressure points, and that's kind of my favorite thing about it. I love that mechanically it's got this great, move a thing, activate the top thing, activate the bottom thing.
Yep.
But the world building in it and these various kind of points of pressure are really the thing that I love about it.
Yeah.
That's very engaging to me. I love a game that isn't quite sandbox. I don't generally like games that are that open, but that toe that line. And I feel like Scythe kind of toes that line. It lets me do, a few things. I can kind of push this way for a bit and then go, ooh, you're encroaching on me. I'm moving troops. I'm going to put pressure on you over here. But it's not like I can do anything in the world. I like a little more direction than that, I think.
Yeah.
This gives me that. Love it. Great game. My number 46.
Nice.
So yeah, one that we were talking about, I rated the games 4.5. I did notice when I was putting games on my list,
Yeah.
I think all but 10 are 9s and 10s.
Really?
Yeah, there's that one.
I don't have not all my games are 9s and 10s.
Percentage-wise, it's just we're getting to that point. There's
I
some
get that.
8.5s on there,
I
but
get
not many. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if in a year or two that is the case because just out of 8,000, it's not bad to say 100 or 9 and above.
Yeah.
All right. My number 46 was 25 last year, 12, then 5 and 5. And I think it's dropping, and I wouldn't be surprised next year if it actually doesn't even make the top 100.
Okay.
Because I love this game so much, but I've played almost all of it. And then I don't know what I'll do. I mean, I don't know if they're releasing more stuff for it. And this is Chronicles of Crime.
Ah.
Nice.
Like, I love Chronicles of Crime, and I love all the different variations, all the different expansions, Noir, the Archie one, whatever, Rivendell, whatever it was called.
Redview?
Redview. And I really love the future one. with
2400.
that's such a good one.
That's the best.
You did play that one eventually, right?
I played. Yeah,
that
it's
one's
good.
so neat because it adds so many things. And I was like, "Oh, what are they gonna do next?" But they're putting their effort into the Voodoo, Dark Quarter game and things like that. And I get it. I still love this though. For me, this is one of my favorite things to do with my wife. We just sit down and we're sitting there talking about, "Oh, that guy seems suspicious. Oh, I think he's the one who committed the crime."
Right.
And the theme is so strong in this one. And yet it doesn't make me feel as dumb as the Sherlock Holmes consulting detective games do. Because in those games, you kind of just throw a dart at the wall and hope you went to the right place. In Chronicles of Crime, you're like, you sit there and think, I think that guy knows something about this. And you ask him, and he answers you. And it's not a tremendously punishing game.
Right.
You know, they're not like, oh, you didn't figure it out. You had 5 guesses. And no, you could spend lots of time asking questions and going around. I find it to be really fascinating.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of it, and I think that's why it's falling off, like I said, because
You're going through it.
I haven't done all of them, but I've done many of them. So, but really enjoyable game. People's Choice 46 has been on the People's List since 2012. It debuted at 14, went as high as 4.
Wow.
2012, you say?
Yep, and last year was 43. And I think this game has brought more non-board gamers into the hobby than almost any other game from role-playing.
Lords of Waterdeep.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lords of Waterdeep was a lot of people's first board game, and it introduces you to worker placement and a whole bunch of stuff.
It
And
introduced me to D&D.
It was the other way around for you. This is a great game.
It is still a great game. I'll play this anytime.
I was just thinking, maybe I'll get this one on the cruise and play it, because I haven't played it for a while. And I really like it.
Yeah, you just take out that one card that's annoying.
You don't like those 2-point cards?
Not really.
What's a 2-point?
Where you put like something on someone and they have to complete that card and they get 2 points.
That's
The
right.
mandatory
Is
quest.
that an expansion thing?
No, it's in the
it's in
original
the
game.
original. I just don't love them.
It's not one card. It's like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah,
in the
get them
game.
out of there.
Okay.
I don't hate them, but I get it.
Yeah, they're a little annoying. It's
Anyhow.
Good game.
I get why people like it. Very, very popular. Lords of Waterdeep.
Hey Dice Tower, this is Adam from Adam's Apple Games saying hello. We love your countdowns, and this is number 45.
Please
like
say you
those-
have Planet Unknown.
I wish.
I like those sharp glasses.
Those
are very
were
sharp
slick.
glasses,
Yeah, I agree. My number 45 is down 5, and this is one of those games where I feel like you've got a few of these. Nah, Roger, whatever. I feel like I'm the only person championing this game. And unfortunately, it is out of print and probably never coming back. It is Cinque Terre.
Finally! There we go, folks.
the-
Some people have been waiting on you to say this.
Have they
It's
really?
been pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
There's a couple of folks who've been like, I'm on Cinque Terre watch. That's what they've been doing.
That's hilarious. So this is a Chris
There it
Handy
is.
game, and I know that you like, I think both of you like a lot
I
of Chris
really
Handy's
like
games.
Chris Handy's mind.
I
Yeah. He's
like his popcorn, too.
Chris Handy. Oh, you're right. He does make popcorn, doesn't he?
He has a popcorn company.
I forgot about that. I just haven't had any of it.
Oh, I thought it was just another bad joke.
No, I remembered when he said it. It took me a minute. But yeah, he does have a popcorn company, too. So Cinque Terre is a very simple pickup and delivery game. And honestly, I would think that this is kind of this could easily be someone's first pickup and delivery game because it doesn't do anything really wild. It is just a pure type of a game of contract fulfillment where you are moving around this small kind of map of the 5 villages of Italy, which it's based upon, and you are rolling dice at the beginning and placing them in these villages, I should say, that they're going to tell you what the value of the particular vegetables are at those spots. And so you're trying to, of course, buy the vegetables cheaply and sell them at another village that has a higher demand for them and get points that way. Very simple. A couple of little twists in the scoring cards. But really, Tom doesn't think it looks good, and maybe he's in the majority. I think it looks beautiful. And I think most Rio Grande games, I think, look pretty terrible, quite honestly. And I think this is one of their better looking games.
This is another one that I know you like it. You talk about it. I don't have any kind of aversion to it, but I also don't want to play it.
Oh, I do.
I guess I would. It is 45 on Mike DeLisio's all time.
It is, and
So that might say something.
I am a huge pickup and delivery fan too. I think it's a underutilized
So few
genre.
of them,
They
too.
really are.
Still don't make very
It is
many.
not a popular genre.
I don't know what the deal is.
I don't either. Yeah.
I've never played this, Mike.
Well, and you like Chris Handy. You might be worth a play, you know.
I gotta try this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I would
very
like to
pure.
play this at some
Very
point.
pure.
Maybe
There you
when I
go.
go to the annex, I'll play this.
Make it happen.
Are you getting banished there?
No, but if we make it to $500,000 on our Kickstarter, I'll
Yeah.
be visiting the, what do you call it?
The Dice Tower Midwest
The
Annex.
Midwest Annex.
I also, I know sometimes Bruce is in our chat here, a friend of the Dice Tower, Bruce. He made me some little 3D print add-ons to my carts that you can actually put the cubes in the trucks now.
Oh, snap.
It's pretty slick.
I see why it's your 45.
It was before.
No, don't.
Bruce, I like Bruce. He appreciates good upgrades to
He
games.
does, yes.
Here we go. My number 45 is a game from Stefan Feld.
And you already did.
And I
I
already
know what
had
it is. I know what it
You already
is.
did Notre Dame.
Notre Dame was
No.
my number 70.
Z's going to seize the day with his pick number 45.
It is Carpe Diem.
Oh, I was gonna guess Bruges
Bruga.
or whatever the current city is.
Well, I don't know. One of them.
Sarasota.
Sarasota, yeah. Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. Carpe Diem is one of the more recent.
Most beautiful game on the
It is
list.
one of the more attractive games.
mwah.
It is one of the more
You're right, your game looks
recent
pretty now.
Feld games. I don't think this one got too much attention.
I think there's a reason why. It
Well, they
had
also did-
3 versions in the
Yeah,
first year.
that didn't help.
It did not help. There was a lot of version confusion here.
Mm-hmm.
But I do enjoy the game quite a bit. They had a few weird changes. And again, Alea sometimes would sort of stick their foot in their mouth with what the choices made to production, to ideas represented in their games. Besides that, this is an excellent game. And I consider it to be one of the best Feld games. If you are a fan of his stuff and haven't tried it out, do yourself a favor and check it out. 'Cause I love what it does. It's a very simple tile drafting game in which you are making connections on your own personal board, trying to create areas of whatever, of stuff, getting resources. And then you go to the scoring at the end of the round, which is brilliant stuff. You put out a random display of cards that have scoring conditions. Pay this, score 12 victory points. Give up this, do whatever. Have this on your board, get this many victory points. And you select, you put out a token between 2 cards, and you score both. Now that spot between those 2 adjacent cards can no longer be taken for the rest of the game. And there's like 3 scoring rounds or 4. So I really like that. The scoring in this game dries up as you go.
Yeah.
So you got to pivot. Oh, I'm doing really well with making grapes. So all the grape cards, I'm scoring those. But then they're gone. You need to not even worry about that anymore. Now you got to pivot to something else.
Grapes
I
are
really,
dead.
really like that.
Grapes are dead now.
Grapes are gone.
Grapes
They're
are out.
extinct.
I had
So-
some really good grapes the other day. What were they flavored as? They're really...
Wait, what?
They have gumdrop grapes. They have
What were they
cotton candy
flavored
grapes.
cotton
as?
candy grapes.
Yeah.
They were grapes. They were flavored like grapes.
Have you had these new strawberries that are out
The
there?
white
Apparently
ones?
white. Yeah, I haven't seen them before, but
I have had them. As soon as I saw them, I bought them. You know what they taste like? Red strawberries. They really do. They taste almost the same to me.
That's sad.
But I wondered...
I was hoping they would
'Cause
taste
they're
like
spo-
grapes.
They
What if
said
we
they were
made-
supposed to taste like fruit punch or something.
Yeah, whatever. They taste like strawberry. I wondered what if we made jam out of them. That would look kind of gross.
Yes.
Like
That'd
I'm
be
spreading this white
really
stuff
gross.
on top
It would
of-
look like like if you squished one of those silkworm stuff.
Well, you made it worse. Okay.
Anyway, my number 45, Carpe Diem.
Yeah, if I ever see a weird fruit at a store, I almost always get it.
I
wanna know.
looked for it and I couldn't find it.
I think purple cauliflower tastes better than white cauliflower. Just my imagination, I'm sure. Purple carrots also
I think
better,
red
too.
and green tortilla chips taste better than the.
My son said they do because he says that we are America. Anyway,
Green.
Red and green. America.
no, Christmas. The red and green ones are Christmas.
Oh,
There's
okay,
red.
just
No, they
making
make
sure
they
he
make
wasn't
red.
colorblind.
They make red and blue. No, I've tested that.
Okay, good.
No, they make red and green because it's the colors of Mexico.
If you play board games, you have an early
Right.
warning system. If you play board games, you have an early warning system if your kids are colorblind. You really do.
Yeah.
Dude, that's true.
That's very true, actually.
Anyway, my number 45 has been on my list for 8-9 years and is one of my favorite convention-style games, even though I've not played at a convention in a while. I want to play it soon, and this is Captain Sonar.
Oh, baby.
I do like this game. Tons of fun. 2 teams of 4, basically playing real-time Battleship. And it is a blast. I just saw this being, I saw this being played at the retreat.
In one of the back rooms, yeah?
No, I thought it was out in the main.
Was it? Oh, okay.
And I definitely saw this being played at World Series of Board Gaming too. Yeah, it's hard to play in some places because you have to really shout loud.
Yes.
It's kind of most fun, I think, in a room, but then you don't want to be one of those quiet rooms. Everyone at the tables nearby you hates you. But it is fun, lots of shouting. It's a great game. Number 45 for the people. It's only the second year to be on the list. Last year was 78. It is moving on up.
Okay.
It is a nature-themed game that it's not on my top 100.
Meadow?
What? It is Meadow. Did you see it already?
No.
Okay, because that happens a lot. You've been cheating a lot. There's
True, Mike.
You realize that I have these glasses for a reason, right? I can't see that from here. Oh, you mean up there?
Yes.
No, did he put it up? Did you put it up early?
I'm definitely not doing this.
No, I didn't see. I did not see it early. The only time I did, I said something.
Anyway, good guess. Meadow.
Yes, Meadow's a good one.
And you know what? I'm impressed that it's still. I mean, I knew it was hot when it came out. The year it came out. I'm glad it's still around. And maybe some more games will use this mechanism that's only been in 2 games, Meadow and Quadropolis. I like that mechanism.
Yeah, it's great. It is great.
Isn't it in something else already?
It is, but I can't think of what it is off the hand.
You're right. It is in something
There was something
else.
recently. Yeah.
I still haven't played the expansion for
It's
this.
good, but it makes it more complex, but it's good.
I like Meadow a lot. Did not make my top 100, but it is a very enjoyable game for me. So that's your number 45, Meadow.
I'm Dominic Krapuschetz, and you are about to hear the number 44th best game of all time. Throughout all of history, number 44, determined by the Dice Tower.
That's a lot of pressure, Pike.
I know.
A lot of pressure.
I like those golden geeks behind him too. They were just sitting there,
doing. Dominic
just
knows
kind
what's
of
up.
casually laying over the shelves there. All right. My number 44 is a crossover with one Z Garcia. It is up 9 places on my list. It is The Quest for El Dorado, a brilliant combination of deck building and race game.
Do you have the Vincent Dutray?
I don't. I don't have a copy of this yet because I have to figure out.
I'll give you one.
The Vincent Dutray one?
No. Give me the Vincent Dutray one. I'll give you mine.
The Vincent Dutray one is
trade.
actually very easy to get right now, but they don't have the expansions.
They don't exist.
No,
for
they
that.
do in the EU. So they've made the base game with the Dutray artwork available in the States, but none of the expansions, all of which you can get with Dutray art in the overseas. So I'm like, okay, do I go and
You win again, Europe.
Yeah, exactly. So
Wait, but are they in English overseas?
yeah.
I like how you say yeah, like I should know that.
No,
Yeah,
I'm saying
obviously.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, obviously, I'm saying it in an annoyed tone. Like, why don't we have them here?
They're in English.
Yeah, why don't we have them here?
Can't we get them from that store that you always get this stuff from?
I could,
Yeah.
but it's not cheap. Anyway.
Yeah, but if you get them from me, I'll give you this and the expansion.
Oh, great. I don't want them. I had the original. I got rid of it because I knew the Dutray version was out.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Mike,
but I
you
only
are
had
an
the base
addict.
game. I only had the base
You're
game.
addicted.
Z mentioned most of what makes this game great. A couple other things I'll add is the modularity. They have suggested board layouts, but you can make your own layouts of the board, so the games feel very different depending upon how you lay out those tiles. And what was the other thing I wanted to mention about this when you were talking about it? But I'm like, don't say it now, Mike. Say it when it's your turn. If you get a chance, read I don't know if it was a designer diary, but it was something when Knizia talked about when he was making this game. It's really interesting because he was saying when I wanted to make a deck building game that was like very intuitive. Somebody who had never heard of deck building before, this would make sense. So it's like, okay, I know I need to go through water, so I'm going to use these paddle cards, and I can see up ahead of me that soon I won't need water cards anymore. All I'll need are jungle cards. So I'm going to get rid of these paddles that I don't need, and I'm going to get these machetes because I know I need that. It's just it's simple, but it makes sense. It makes it so approachable. And a race game is also very easy to understand. I need to get from here to here before everybody else.
Yep.
There you go. Quest for El Dorado, brilliant.
Good stuff. My number 44 is a crossover with Tom, and I guess I was just I was only about 2 numbers off, boy, from getting that perfect crossover, just like you did, Mike. You had Sleeping Gods. My 44 is Near and Far.
Wow.
This is a crossover with Tom. Just had it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we just saw Ryan Lockett at 46, I think it was. Almost had it.
So close.
He knew.
He knew. Mm-hmm. Just like Tom said, Near and Far is a great game. It's got a lot of story in there. It's got some fun exploration, some really kind of simple set collection, Euro-y style, mixed with story-driven content. You walk around the map, you collect things, you read a little passage, you make some choices. Kind of a precursor to Sleeping Gods, in which Sleeping Gods kind of went full hog story.
Yeah.
Everything is a story. In this one, you're getting about, 40% story maybe?
Yeah.
30% story maybe? And the rest is pretty good, standard Eurogame type stuff. Really like this one. The thing that always surprises me about replaying this is how fast it is.
Yes.
It blows my mind. A session of this, the end of it always sneaks up on me.
Yes.
It's a very fast game.
Yep. Those tents go out quick.
They go out quickly, yeah. My number 44, Near and Far.
My number 44 is brand new to the list. This is a game that as soon as I saw it, when I first saw it, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not here to play demos of games. And then I saw the piece and I said, okay, I'll play a demo. And I played it many times this year, and that is World Wonders.
Wow.
When I saw those wooden buildings, I was like, wait, how do those work? I get my own Wonder of the World? I really enjoy this game.
Yeah,
it's a polyomino game that has special pieces that only you can get.
Yep.
Which, if you think about it, it's very similar to Foundations of Rome. There's some of that kind of going on there.
Sure.
But you also have your own stuff, and there's a really cool bidding system in it, which I enjoy. And I enjoy the finished product. I'm having fun from beginning to end in this game. Yeah. And I think player interaction matters in this one.
Oh,
I'm
my
sitting
gosh.
there wondering if you're going to take that Wonder of the World I want.
Because the other thing is that everything is open information. So I can see Tom can build that Wonder, and he's next after me in turn order, but I have 8 of my 9 economy left. Do I just burn all of that and take that out from under him or not? It's great.
It's a great tension.
Yeah, Mike did point out, Mike Keller, that we have a little Dice Tower Wonder World. I'm very excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I've not heard about this. I demand that now.
Maybe you should read the Kickstarter page.
I did read the Kickstarter page.
We have a little.
Yeah.
We have a little Dice Tower.
Mike, go to dicetowerkickstarter.com and check it out. In there, you'll see a monument for World Wonders.
Wow.
It's very exciting.
So Dice Tower, one of the new World Wonders of the world.
Is that in my box at home? I must have this promo. It will be mine.
It's not out yet.
All right, I guess I'll go back to Dice Tower Kickstarter.
Actually, when you get on the cruise, you got to play it with the expansion. We have all the new buildings.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Super fun. All right. So that's my number 44, World Wonders. Your number 44 is consistently going up. And this we'll talk more about it when we get to Mike's list, because this is definitely in his top wherever. It was 145 in 2021, then 70, then 74. I guess it dipped a bit. Now up to 44. And again, this is one I see played at almost every convention, even if it barely fits on tables. Dwellings of Eldervale.
You know why this has gone up consistently? Is that now you can actually get this game.
That also helps, yes. I know that people complain when we first talked about it, like, how do I get it? Like, go back in time and back to Kickstarter.
This is a rock solid design. Really, really good.
Very popular.
Yep.
Definitely saw this being played at the retreat a lot, too.
Yeah,
so.
You see it at every convention of ours now, for sure.
Yeah, people
and
like
it's usually not our copy. It's usually people that have brought their own.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ryan, there's not a World Wonders game expansion out yet. It's coming out.
It's coming out, yeah.
I might have gotten another copy. Dwellings of Eldervale, your number 44.
Hello, Connor McGoy from Inside Up Games here for the Dice Tower's top 100 games of all time. Oh, great, it's Thom Vassal. Number 43.
Are those suspenders and a tie?
What's that?
It's a hat, suspenders, and a tie. I love that.
That was fantastic. Connor,
I love
I was
that.
sitting there thinking that's the most subdued
I was going to say,
I've ever seen Connor.
Connor always comes correct. All right, that's nice. All right, my number 43 is a crossover with, I Believe the People. It's down 14 spots, but I still like it very, very, very much. It is a polyomino game called The Isle of Cats. This game I like for a number of reasons. Number one, I feel, well, the cats doesn't hurt, but that's really not the main draw of this game to me, believe it or not, as much as I like cats. I really like the economy of this game. That these fish kind of are a dual economy.
Okay.
I like that a lot. I like that the way the polyominoes work, it's not just necessarily fill up your boat, right? It's oftentimes going to be the scoring cards that you draft. I always like games where you're drafting cards to fit what you want scoring to be.
Like Bunny Kingdom.
Yes, I agree. No, and Bunny Kingdom does that well. Again, the only thing I don't like about Bunny Kingdom is the scoring. It's a good game.
You mean the castle scoring?
Just that it takes so long to score at the end of the game.
Well, this one takes a good chunk.
No,
too.
it doesn't. Nah.
There's also a lot to score. It's the same mechanism.
Nah. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know.
Look, if they came out with Cat Kingdom, Mike would be all over it.
I love bunnies. Look.
Bunny Kingdom, no.
My love for bunnies is well established. You will not besmirch my bunny love, sir.
We can't besmirch your bunny love.
That's got to go on a shirt or something. All right. Yeah, no, it's a really
that sentence.
Yeah. I like the scoring. I like the economy. I like the polyominoes. The cats are great. There you go. 43.
Okay. My number 43, yet again, one of those that went nowhere and no one talks about and very few people have played. Another Katala game. This is Yamatai.
Woo!
This is one of your games you champion.
Yes.
It's awesome, and I don't understand. Again, I know that there's a few Days of Wonder games that didn't really do so hot, and they deserved it, okay?
Yeah.
Some of those games were not very good releases. I'm sorry.
The Cargo Noir, maybe you're thinking?
Cargo Noir was certainly one of the early chinks in its armor, you know,
Yeah.
but later they came out with a couple back-to-back that
true.
were like...
You mean like the River? And yeah.
You know, and then the Deep Blue or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought, anyway, obviously my opinion, Yamatai, I did not understand how this didn't do so well.
I have a theory.
I want to hear it, as long as you don't mention bunnies again.
No, my theory is that this was damaged by Five Tribes coming out before it.
By being so popular. People are looking for Five Tribes.
They wanted
too.
Five Tribes again.
There was Five Tribes 2 in development. I don't know if you guys knew that.
I heard that, but what I'm...
Yeah, I played it as a prototype form when it was still being referenced as connected to Five Tribes.
Yeah, I believe that.
It was basically a Five Tribes follow-up.
What I'm saying
and
is
then it got moved away thematically from that.
I think I think a lot of people wanted basically like more Rondell stuff, more Moncala type stuff, not Rondell. Yeah, seriously. I think that's what it is. And maybe that this is a little more complex than Five Tribes.
I mean, barely.
Yeah.
If you want this to be Five Tribes 2, then just pretend it's Five Tribes 2 and go get it and try it.
Yeah.
If you can find it. Probably hard to find now.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a gorgeous production. Really like this game. Nice crunchy Euro. Plastered with amazing artwork. I like it a lot. It's maybe a little, like you guys are saying, heavier than Five Tribes. A little longer than Five Tribes, but this is one I'm again kind of if I'm in the mood for something a little crunchier, it's one I teach at conventions a decent amount.
You know who else loves this game is Kenny. He has about 27 copies in Shrink.
I bet he does.
That's why they're out of print.
Yeah, if you ever want to get a copy of Yamatai new in Shrink, come to one of our Dice Tower events.
Talk to Kenny.
Talk to Kenny at our flea market.
They're in his trench coat. Yamatai up and down.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, my number 43, we continue our lucky crossover with Ryan Lockett.
Wow.
And this is where I am sticking Sleeping Gods.
All right.
It was 59 last year, 81. I like it more and more. Now, the question might come up, what about the new Sleeping Gods? I played the new Sleeping Gods, and I have yet not decided which one I like better. I really haven't.
Okay.
They're different games. I mean, they're the same. It's like a true sequel. Like
I know I like the combat better in.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of mechanisms I like better in the new one, but I like the story I think better in the first one. So I'm not sure, but either way, this game we played it at the marathon this year. Like we got up early in the morning at like 2, and we played this for 4 hours straight. And time flies by. It's so interesting.
It really does.
What goes by? I love all the little stories in this game. So that is Sleeping Gods. And then in very ironic twist with Z here, what do you think 43 for the people is?
5 tribes.
That is correct. 5 tribes.
That's great.
This was 32 last year, 23. So it's been dipping. It's been on the list since 2015.
This was a hit.
So it's been dipping a bit. It really was. And it got a lot of people, I think, inordinately excited about Days of Wonder. They're like, finally, Days of Wonder stopped making baby games, and now they're making gamer games.
And you know what? This is one I'm very happy to just play the base game too.
Sure, very good.
I like the
mountains one.
The one that adds one more color. The purple, the genies.
Yes.
I actually don't like 5 tribes that much, but with that expansion, I like it just because it adds
Artisans, maybe.
Artisans, I think
it adds
right.
one more thing to do. But I like that extra thing it adds. So yeah, I'm sure we'll see this again on someone's list.
Maybe.
And now, a completely ordinary number, a number that you could, without any fear, introduce to your parents. The number 42.
What?
Oh, that was quick. Whoa! What did it do? It did a thing.
It definitely did a subliminal thing there. I caught it. I don't know if you caught it.
I did not catch it.
I'm not going to say it.
I'm about to say, I have no clue what it meant, and I paused it frame by frame.
Oh, no, I saw it. 42 is a number that I have introduced to my parents, and they didn't understand it.
The only thing I know about 42 is the whole from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
It's overdone by a mile.
Is that what it is, though?
Yes.
But what the subliminal thing was that related to Hitchhiker's Guide?
That's not what I saw.
Me neither.
We'll talk afterwards what I saw.
Okay, we'll talk afterwards, because I think we saw the same thing.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
I'm like giddy. Oh, I wish I liked Matt Leacock's games now.
You won't believe.
Just kidding.
You won't believe number 42.
42 will blow your mind.
That's right. I wish my number 42 was a Matt Leacock game.
And that'd be great.
My number 42 is, again, down 4 places, is essentially right there. It is a crossover with Tom Vassell, for sure. I like it more than him. Yeah, because...
I don't know.
Yeah, it's Aquatica.
Oh, yeah, that was just on the last time.
I know, yeah. This is, look.
Yeah, Mike likes it. Tom tolerates it.
Tom tolerates it, yeah. And you did speak very, eloquently. You covered pretty much everything I like about the game. Yes, no. Aquatica's terrific. Unfortunately, I didn't even realize it was hard to get, but it'll come back. It is hard
to get, unfortunately.
It'll come back. It's a rock solid game, and it's easy to teach, which is also a big plus. And and if you do get it and get a chance to play the expansion, I do like how it changes kind of the end game scoring. But even just the base is fantastic. Aquatica, great game.
My number 42 is a game inspired by Pandemic.
Oh.
Matt Leacock's Tour de Force.
Inspired
Tour
by
de
Pandemic.
France.
Well, it's not Defenders because you don't like it that much.
Well, it's inspired by Pandemic in the same way that just about every other cooperative game is inspired by Pandemic.
So it's a co-op game.
Correct.
All right, never mind.
This is Subterra. And I do think actually Subterra is very Pandemic-y. You have a character that has an ability, except in Pandemic you see the whole map before you begin. In Subterra, you are trying to escape, and you do not get to see all of this before you begin. You see one tile, the one tile you went down in your spelunking expedition and got lost in this cave. And you are now trying to look for an exit. What you didn't realize was there's monsters out there. There's beasties. And there's tremors. And there are various noxious gases and things that are trying to kill you. So you're trying to cooperate and find these exits, explore at a nice enough pace that you are going through the tiles quickly and getting to the end quickly, but not so fast that you end up stepping into traps and triggering bad things. So it's a real fine line between those two things.
Have you played the second one?
I have played the second one, yeah. Very good as well. Haven't played nearly as much as I've played this, so this is what gets on the list.
Is it like almost the same game?
No, not really. It's got its own kind of thing to it. It's in broad strokes the same, flip over tiles and discover things, but it's really its own thing with theme, and sort of the arc is get in, find a thing, get out again. Also.
What if I was playing one for the first time? I haven't played either. I'm being serious. What would you recommend?
The second one's a little easier mechanically, so...
Okay.
It's also going to be harder to find, I think.
Yeah,
They had a
company,
whole weird
the company
thing.
crashed and someone else picked it up. It's a mess.
It was all
It's a
over
whole
Essen,
thing.
but yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, Subterra is an excellent game. Very tense, very fun, very thematic game. I enjoy this one quite a bit. My number 42.
All right, my number 42 has been on my list since the very beginning in 2005. It was 11 then, so it's dropped a bit, and it is not my favorite party game, but one of my favorites, and still one of my favorites to watch, and that's Time's Up.
Oh, yeah.
At my house, I'm still waiting. Maybe tomorrow I'll have a chance to play this with my family, the new kids or family edition of it.
That's cool.
But Time's Up, great game. I know this is a version of the parlor game, or what was the original game
What is that called?
I don't even remember.
It's a known game, kind of like saying the dictionary game for Balderdash.
Right.
Yeah, and in fact, a lot of other people have made versions of this. There's there's the wonky one that should have been sit down like some monikers, but also that one starlet made her own version of it, and blah blah blah. Time's Up is the one I like. Time's Up, Title Recall, Time's Up. I like them both about the same. Just really really fun. Love the rules for them. I have a blast every time I play it. So that's my number 42.
All right.
Names in a Hat, maybe?
That's what Chris said.
Yeah, I don't know if that's right. That's not... Maybe, I don't know what it's called. All right, People's Choice 42 is a crossover with both of you all.
What?
In fact, Z mentioned it in his very top 10, I think.
100%.
It was 53 last year, 95 the year
Which
before
one
that,
is it,
so it's
Z?
going up.
It's on
It's
your
a
list?
Knizia.
Oh, well, that just gave it away. You only had one Knizia on
no,
this
it
list.
can't be this. There's no way it's this.
No, it's Quest for El Dorado. Did you just
That was
mention
me.
Mike.
That was you, sorry.
Mine was Keltis. I know it ain't Keltis.
No,
Nobody
Quest for El
likes
Dorado,
Keltis.
people really like this one for all the reasons you said.
Yeah, man, I'm just upset that you like it more than me.
No, that was the people.
Like it, the people like it more than both of you.
Come on, Mike, you're killing me. You're killing me.
No, he does like it more. I have it at 44, and people have it at 40. It's the people.
What, you're mad at the people now?
No, I'm mad at myself.
It's okay, Mike.
No.
Does he need a hug?
I'll never financially recover from this.
Let's move on.
So I think that's it for the meeting today, unless you guys, either of you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. Did you guys know that 41 is the smallest integer whose reciprocal has a 5-digit repetent?
Yeah, that's a consequence of the fact that 41 is a factor of 99,999.
Exactly. It also happens to be the atomic number for niobium. And coincidentally, the next number on this list.
I've learned so much there.
We need a the more you know graphic over here.
Yeah, wow. Dropping that knowledge.
That is
going above and beyond.
Legit.
I actually, I'm very anxious to play their new game.
Which one are you
Maple
referring
Valley?
to? Oh, Maple Valley is new. I haven't played it yet, though.
Yeah, it came. We unpacked it, stuck it on the shelf, shipped it to the cruise ship.
Oh, shoot.
I haven't even seen it yet.
Okay.
But I'm looking forward to trying it out.
I really want to try it out. Yeah.
I'll just try it next week. But
That's great.
all right, here we go. Final one for today, Mike. What do you got?
Final one for today is a game that has been on my list, and then I think it even fell off, and it's shot way up again, 38 points to number 41. This is a solitaire-only game called Coffee Roaster from Sashi and Sashi Games. This is not the version that is readily available. There's a readily available version.
This time I'm going to forgive you because the other one looks like garbage.
It does not look great, I don't think, but I think DLP and Stronghold in the States has this.
Yes.
So this, as I said, is a solitaire-only game about trying to brew the best cup of coffee, and you're going to be doing that by drawing chips out of a bag. So it's a bag building game. And it's just lovely. It really is great. The idea behind it is that each turn you take, the roast is going to get a little bit stronger, and you have to decide when you're done roasting and when you want to brew the cup. And that becomes a push your luck element of the game. And so this kind of two halves is really, really fun. The way you're able to kind of manipulate the tokens, because you can play them as flavor, right, to add a little flavor to your cup, or you can play them as special powers that allow you to manipulate and try to get rid of like burnt coffee beans and get those out of the mix. It's just great, and trying to hit a target number because a lot of these chips are just numbers, and so you want to try to hit this target number and get flavor in there and not get burnt beans. It's just a really, really pleasant, fun solo game. You could play it super fast by just having one roast, or you can play 3 roasts and try to get a score when you add those 3 to hit a target. So just a charming game. Coffee Roaster. Yeah, it's good.
It's quirky. It's very quirky. My number 41 has been on my list forever. It's one of my go-tos as far as family weight games go, and this is Alhambra.
You love Alhambra.
Yeah, I do. It's a great tile purchasing, tile laying game.
No, you put the normal one here. You didn't put the new one.
I guess the new one is really kind of its own thing. I'm going for like classic flavor here. Readily available too, probably. I assume this is always in print. This one is the one I kind of recommend to people whose game has been Monopoly, actually. Like, what do you play? What have you played? Just Monopoly? I suggest this one. There's probably better suggestions, but in this one, has money, and everybody understands money. Has 4 currencies, but you can wrap your head around that. And you buy tiles and place them. You want to have more than other people. That's it. That's the general flow. So yeah, if I want to play something that is very pleasant to me and easy to bring people into, Alhambra is one of my go-tos. My number 41.
All right, my number 41 was debuted last year at 71, and it has moved up. I think this game is absolutely fantastic, and it is my favorite Aporta game.
Oh.
But it's not like any other games. It's much heavier than most of them. Revive.
Oh.
Revive is fantastic. I actually like the theme, coming out of a hole in the ground and then rebuilding civilization. It's fun.
Yeah, it's neat.
But look at those tracks.
That's
You're moving at 3
tracks on
intersecting tracks.
Yeah.
And then, just like all the actions in the game. Every action you take is a fun, good action. The asymmetry between the different factions is interesting and fun. I don't know. It has a lot of little actions which are entertaining. And the card management is also great. It's not really a deck builder. You're playing half of your deck one turn and the other half the next turn. You can save cards or whatever between them.
It's so funny because I really enjoyed this game, but this is one of those games where I didn't play it again right away, and it's now I don't want to have to relearn this. You know what I mean?
Too much work.
There's just too much work there. Like you know,
it's a no joke, pretty heavy game.
Yeah, it really is. So. I'm happy I played it. I played it a number of times when it first came out, but then there was a big gap, and now it's just like, I remember the general idea, but yeah.
Well, there you go. I love it, though.
Yeah.
A lot of great things I enjoy about Revive. Now, on the easy end of the scale, the People's Choice, number 41, which has been on the list for 5 years, 70, 44, 42, 34, 41. So pretty much the same spot.
Yeah.
And this is one of the most accessible games in the world. Maybe the most accessible one that's also not terrible.
Catan?
Accessible or successful, you're saying?
Accessible.
Oh, I thought you said successful. Okay.
Accessible, but it's also not a stupid game. It's a party game.
Just one?
That's correct.
Yeah,
Just one. At
there you
41.
go. There
and
you
it
go.
really is. I mean,
No, it's great.
I know I've met a few people who say they don't like it, but I've never taught anyone who hasn't liked it.
Mm-hmm.
It has always worked in every situation. You just set it up and people play it. People who don't like board games at all play it. And I think that's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
So-
it's really good. It's very, very good.
And there you go, folks. That is your number 41. And we are now, starting tomorrow, top 40. Mike's going to wear his old DJ costume.
DJ costume?
You don't have your old DJ costume?
You mean like the top 40?
Yeah, top 40.
Oh, I'll break out my Casey Kasem. Keep reaching for the stars.
I didn't realize that there's like DJs have fans and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Alex, who's with Kenny right now on the ship,
Yeah.
he was listening off.
Now that's a different
DJs.
DJ though, Tom. The DJs like Casey Kasem, the top 40 DJs are like radio DJs.
Well, I understand it that they're a DJ in a.
They're doing electronic dance music.
Yeah, I get that, but I mean,
Yeah.
we're still called the same thing.
Yeah, but they're not getting up there going, let's have a 2 for Tuesday, everybody. Hey. Yeah, no. They're mixing tracks. They're crossing their faders.
Well, that's what Mike's going to do tomorrow.
That's right. I'm going to cross some faders tomorrow.
You know what I mean?
No
That
idea what's
means?
going on. Y'all are, both of you are making me feel so old.
All right, folks.
Nap
Thanks so
time.
much for watching.
It's nap time for
Check
Grandpa.
out Dice Tower Kickstarter. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Mike Delicio.
I'm Z Garcia.
Have fun, everybody.
It's
Wolfman
2
Jack.
for Tuesday.
Baby.